Oh, hey Micah.
Oh, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Just searching some stuff up on Amazon.
Oh, what are you gonna buy?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some canned tuna for some of my salads.
What?
Yeah.
Did you just say canned tunas?
Yeah, it's pretty good. You should get some.
Whoa, wait. I suggest you buying something else.
Really? Why would that? Why would I do that?
Have you ever heard of microplastics?
Microplastics? What are those?
So you can just understand it like very tiny, small plastic particles, and they're just bad for human health.
Really? Doesn't the FDA do anything about it?
I don't think so.
Okay, pause. Plastic particles inside canned tunas? What is going on? Let's dig deeper into the topic. Understanding the past, do better in the future. By Telmen. Microplastics? What is that? You might think of plastics, and yes, it is a type of plastic that is inside the category of plastics, but way smaller than you think. These plastics are tiny plastic particles that the diameters are smaller than 5 millimeters. It might be hard to think, but remember, a pencil's diameter is usually around 6 millimeter to 7 millimeter. You might be wondering, how do these microplastics even form? How is it even possible? Like, seriously, how? You see, plastic parts break down into smaller pieces, mostly by physical processes like wind. Then they're released and transported into land or the sea. The wearing down of car tires, for example, is one of the biggest causes of microplastics. But before this trash is ever produced, the products must first be made. For that, you need primary microplastics. Just think about them as small plastic pellets that are very small. In industry, they serve as the basic material for every plastic product you can imagine. The problems with microplastics, like large plastic parts, they're not naturally biodegradable. The crushed particles are transported by wind and sea waves. Millions of tons of microplastics are distributed everywhere. And what's even scarier is the fact that those numbers are increasing year by year. The surface of microplastics is a magnet for toxins and pathogens. Animals, both in the water and on land, confuse the plastic particles with small animals and consume them as food. Microplastics are reported to be inside some marine organisms, like tuna. Through the food chain, the pollutant-rich plastic particles finally reach our plates and make their way into our bodies, such as fish and sea salt. The consequences of consuming plastics for animals are diverse: internal injuries and inflammations, hormonal imbalances, illnesses, and even death. The topic of microplastics is often a hot debate. Humans have been making plastic pollutants in the past years, and it is causing our environment to be contaminated, making many animals to suffer. We need to know that microplastic pollution is not just about us right now, but the future generations. It's about rethinking and finding better substitutes to plastic, and about minimizing the total plastic usage so that the amount of plastic and the resulting microplastics found in nature no longer increases. We should avoid consuming processed food such as tunas, but be aware that older generations might not be familiar with the microplastics pollution topic, and they will just think that fishes are healthy for you. In this case, you should listen to your mother's advice. She knows what's going on in the world currently, rather than your grandparents. There are many ways to lower the microplastics pollution. One thing is to lower the usage of plastics. Instead of plastic straws, you can use bamboo straws. Even though I'm saying not to use plastic products, those materials are inseparable with our daily lives. But I can still avoid eating processed foods like canned tunas. The proper disposal of plastic waste is important, so it can be recycled and microplastics do not end up in nature. I can imagine the world as a beautiful, healthy, happy place. Children playing and laughing in a clean, non-toxic environment, if we take serious actions. Okay, I hope this video helped you understand what microplastic is and how it causes the environment to get polluted. In order to change the current situation, we need to minimize the plastic usage so that less microplastic will be produced and the world will be better. I may not know whether you're going to contribute to this big movement, but I know I'm in because I understand this is a major problem, and if I'm not going to do any actions, my children in the future will suffer due to microplastic pollution.